Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Natasha. I am Planted in Platinum. You can find me over on TikTok and Instagram for more planty content. In today's video, we're going to be doing a grow tent tour, which I'm really excited to do. This has been the video that I've been most excited to film since I've started YouTube. I just had to do a lot of prep work. I took all my plants out of my grow tent, I sprayed them down, hosed them off, organized, took off some dead leaves, you know, the whole 9 yards. Took me quite a while to do, but this is something that I thought would be nice for me to come back to YouTube with. I really want to show you guys my grow tent. It is my happy place. It is where I love to just sit in and have coffee with my plants and just relax and enjoy myself. It's a quiet room in my house with my many children, dog, and husband. So it's just nice to be able to kick back and relax and go hang out in there when I just need a couple minutes to myself. But anyways, we are just going to hop right into it. So let's grab a coffee, get cozy, and let's get started. All right, you guys, we are in my tent. I am going to be standing up for the top shelves and probably sitting down for the lower shelves just to show you guys the plants thoroughly. I'm going to take them off the shelf and show you all of the leaves, the substrates that I have them in, the roots, anything that I'd like to show you guys. I think that will be easier and give you a better view of the plant. So we're going to be starting off with the shelf behind me. I'm going to step back so I can show you. So this is the top shelf on the right hand side of my tent. It has some of my most prized babies on it, some of my favorite anthurium. I'm just really happy with the way the shelf turned out when I reorganized. I think it looks so nice. So let's grab a plant and start. So this here is my anthurium warocqueanum, also known as the queen anthurium. She is a long, slender pendant type anthurium who is just so gorgeous. I have had this plant now for probably 2 to 3 years. I got it as a baby chonk and she had a sprouted leaf and then it rotted, of course. It was like one of my first anthuriums. And then she rotted again after I had rerooted her, and then eventually she came back to life. So I had her living in a plastic bag for a long time, just her chonk in a plastic bag with some perlite or pon, I think maybe pon. And it took her a long time to start growing, but once she did not disappoint. So this is the oldest leaf I have here. Queens tend to crisp their old leaves up. I've noticed that in a lot of plant people's collections. So this one's starting to go, but it still looks pretty good, I would say. She is so dark. I love how dark my queen is. I don't know if this is the dark and narrow, but it kind of looks like it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. This is the second one here. And then we have this beast. So this is the newest leaf. I'm so proud of her. She looks so good. She came out really nice. And this is one of the anthuriums that I have in just straight pon, in no drainage. And pro tip, not a pro by any means, but tip for you is use plastic cutlery if you have it in your anthurium semi-hydro mix so that it doesn't rot, to stake the plant up. That's what I use, and it just works so easily and it's cheap and you can't even see it. See? Can't see that plastic knife behind that leaf. So anyways, this one is just doing its thing. She's gonna need a repot soon, but she has got a lot of roots. I think I want to try to flush her substrate out somehow. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do that, but it is developing a bit of algae, so I'm probably gonna just give this hydrogen peroxide soak for about, I don't know, 10-15 minutes, like 50-50 peroxide and water, and then just kind of like hold my hand on the top and then have a strainer in the sink and empty it out. And then I'll flush it with water a couple of times as well, just to kill any maybe old bacteria or salts or anything that might be lingering down below in this pot, because it is getting a bit dark down there. It's been in here for a while. I think I repotted it about a year ago now. So yeah, I think I want to try to flush her and see if she likes that. Hopefully she does. I'm sure she will. But this is my anthurium warocqueanum. Behind her, I have my anthurium magnificum crossed with Ace of Spades dark form. And I have had a journey with this anthurium. She should be darker. She's a little bit bleached. Yeah, she's just got like the ace pox going on. So yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping to grow her big and beautiful and dark, but I'm just trying to take it day by day with this drama queen because she is difficult for me. I got this as a freebie in a batch of seeds that I purchased, and I was so excited because Meg, Ace of Spades, could you imagine like an Ace of Spades on steroids, like the hugest Ace of Spades leaf? That is the vision I have in my head for this baby. But she's got a really pretty like pinky stem, and the back of her leaf she has like the pink venation, which is super pretty, and she's just in tree fern, pon, and perlite, and one of these taller tower pots, and she's got a good juicy root coming down the side, and she has a little bit of a leca reservoir. So I think she's happy in this mix. I just have to let her grow out. She just keeps going into shock. She went into shock from the repot. She went into shock because my Inkbird sensor decided to like totally crap out, and now I don't have heat or humidifier in here right now. It's just like ambient in my grow tent because I have to figure that out and I just haven't been able to yet. So she kind of like went into shock from losing her heat and humidity as well. So I'm just hoping to see her not go downhill any further. But I think she looks good. Like her leaf looks nice. It's just a bit bleached out. But yeah, we shall see how it goes from here and just keep trying to grow this cute little queen. Behind her, I have my Epi elbow is in my grow tent. I don't know why. I should probably take it out. Look at that pretty leaf. I actually just chopped her up because her vine was like going all the way down the side of my tent. I need to put her on a pole. This is one that I really want to size up, and she has really pretty variegation. So I think eventually I want to get her out of this jar because I'm no longer putting my pole plants into no drainage because that is just a problem in itself. So I want to get her out, put her into drainage, and put a moss pole on her and see if I can get her to upsize her leaves. I've always really, really liked this plant. This was one of the first variegated plants that I purchased, and I still have the original one. And yeah, she's just so beautiful, and a variegated plant that fenestrates, yes please. This plant will never get old. I really, really adore it. So Epipremnum elbow variegated, and she's just in pond and no drainage. She's got roots all the way to the bottom. Epipremnum's root really, really good, and they like to stay more moist, I've found. But yeah, I was planning on trying to grow her up the stick, and then I just never attached her. Then we have another anthurium. This is my Pappy hybrid crossed with Bevep from Bag's Plants. I have a lot of his plants in my tent. So his Pappy hybrid has got some great genes. That plant is insane, and he has made a lot of hybrids with it, and I've purchased quite a few of them now. So this one needs a repot so bad, you guys. Look at that. The roots are wrapping around the bottom. It's in the mix that I used cocoa coir with my anthuriums, and I'm noticing that that is not a good idea because they get damaged. So I know this is an older leaf, and it's probably hard to tell. This one hasn't got as much damage as some of my other ones that I put into this mix, but it like yellows off a bit and looks kind of like yucky. This leaf actually looks pretty good. Look at that shape and that sinus. Like, isn't that such a pretty color? I love it, and it's so belate. And the minimal venation too. Like, this is so pretty, and the emergent is just the most beautiful color. This is like almost purple when it first comes out. It's just beautiful. But this leaf is gonna have a little bit of damage on it as well. So we'll see how big it gets and how it grows out. But this is one that I want to grow huge. This leaf is everything. Just look at this leaf. It's perfect. And it's got these beautiful like red stems as well. And the back of the leaf has the pink venation as well, which is super pretty. But yes, so this one is in immediate need of a repot, so I have to do that. I just need to order some pon. I did get some tree fern, but I like to do pon, tree fern, and perlite in drainage with a leca reservoir for my anthuriums. So that's what I'm gonna do with this one. So cute. And then behind her, I have my Zara Michelle Lux, which is so, so pretty. When this batch of seedlings was posted, it was like first come, first serve. So you get the biggest one if you comment first all the way to the smallest one, and I was the last person. So this was the smallest one out of his batch that he had posted. And look at her now, like she looks so good. Oh my goodness, that sheen, you guys. I wish that it would come through on the camera the way that I see it. It's very beautiful. It's quite dark. and it's just been growing so good. But this is another one that I have in the cocoa coir mix as well. And like you can see, like look at that leaf. That leaf kind of looks a bit yellowy and kind of yucky. But then we have this leaf here. And then this leaf, oh, which I love. This leaf is like the perfect shape. And there's like no damage on it at all. It's so pretty. And then of course, this leaf, which is quite the upsize actually, if you can see that. It's quite bigger, which I really think is cool. So you can still grow plants in this mix. You're just gonna get some damage, and some plants like it more than others, but I don't suggest it. I mean, my Hoyas, they love it, and I have other plants in my collection that love it, but yeah, no, not the anthuriums. And you can see the roots are coming out of the bottom, so it's most definitely time for a repot. And this one also has the leca reservoir as well, and the plastic fork stake. And this one was created by my friend Dennis, who is Plantito Nurse on Instagram, and he makes some beautiful plants. Like, that's just crazy. I was so happy to snag one of these, and I'm so happy it's doing so well. Next up, I have my variegated Alocasia Bambino, which I adore. And you guys know I just collected 9 corms from this plant. I have a lot of them growing out. I'm going to insert a picture here showing you the one that I want to keep. It's so pretty. I've sold one, and I have a bunch on back order. Lots of people are interested in my corms, so I have some reserved for other people, but I want to grow them out and just make sure that the leaves are nicely variegated before I send them off to their new homes. And I kind of just want to keep them around and look at them because they're so cute. But the mama, as you can see, kind of lost her variegation a bit. Like, there's a lot of leaves that don't have any variegation, and then some that just have like the tiniest amount. Does this one even have anything on it? No, just like specks. Kind of looks like sport variegation. But then you have this beautiful half moon leaf, well, almost half moon. Yeah, and this one here with a bit of variegation at the top there. So, and look at the backs, you guys. It's purple and green, so pretty. I love Bambino, I think it's so pretty. And then you got this beautiful half moon. You can see the pink comes through to the back. I think that's so gorgeous. And I just have her in pond and no drainage. So yeah, she's been recovering nicely since I repotted her, and I think she really likes living in my tent. One day I will take her out, but she is my darling, so I'll keep her in here for now. This one here is my Anthurium Nigrolaminum GG, and she is growing like a weed. I actually have a pup of this plant as well. Actually, not a pup, like a trunk propagation, and she is got 3 leaves, and she's her own little plant as well. I'll put a picture of her here for you guys to see. But this is a kind of glossy, leathery type of Anthurium that has these cool, sinister ears. I think it's so, so cool. I think this one would be fun to cross with the Voldemort X-Self that I have. Or not X-Self, Voldemort crossed with Woo One Pap. I think that would look really cool. It'd be interesting to see how sinister it looks. So I might try that down the road. But yeah, she is in tree fern and pond. Oh, this one's actually in the soil mix as well. I can tell when I have bark in the mix because I used bark in that mix, and I don't use bark in my tree fern and pond and perlite mix. So she's gonna need a repot as well, but she doesn't seem to be really minding much that she is in that mix. The only damage is on her lower leaf here, and the other leaves look great. So yeah, I don't think she really cares. Maybe she doesn't need as much CalMag as the other plants do, because I know that the CalMag will be harvested by the cocoa instead of the plant. So then the plant suffers because it's low on CalMag. But this one, like, you can't really even tell. There's a little bit of yellowing there, but I don't know if that's what that's from. It looks like it just kind of pressed against the cup or something when it was coming out, when the leaf was expanding. You can see there. But yeah, so this one is cool. I don't have many of these like shiny glossy alocasias, but I've really always wanted a big Nigrolaminum GG. I think they're such a cool plant. And this one is another one that I need to repot. As you can see, the roots are wrapping around the bottom. I need to get serious here and make a list of all the plants I need to repot. I actually just worked on downsizing my plant collection, and I'm happy to say that I'm finally at a place where I feel like I can manage everything. I just have to do a bunch of repotting, but I really like the plants that I have, and I'm really happy with my plant collection as it is now. I just need to make that long list of plants to repot and get some substrate mix and do it. Anthurium nigrolaminum GG. She's a queen. Next up, we have what was sold to me as Hoffmanii. I don't think it's a pure Hoffmanii because that would be very expensive. I mean, I just bought this as a seedling a long time ago. It hasn't done very well for me, but I did buy it as a seedling and it was expensive, but I don't know, like it's got that pretty red sinus now. You can see at the top there. I just want to grow it out and see what it looks like, but this is probably either a Hoff self or like a Hoff hybrid maybe. But anyways, she is so pretty and I just wanted something with Hoffmanii in it in my collection because I am obsessed with that plant. It's so nice. But she's finally doing better. I took her out of my prop box and I potted her into this ginormous pot and she's got a root coming down the bottom, which you can see there. So I think she's happy. That's what I've been doing lately is I'm potting my anthuriums into like quite larger pots because then I don't have to do as much repotting. That will be the death of me, I swear. Anthuriums need to be repotted so often, and if you have them in larger pots, they stay moist longer, so you don't have to water as much either, which is nice because you can just keep filling up that reservoir as well in the bottom with water and have your leca layer as well, and it just stays hydrated. It's really nice. This here is Anthurium Velvet Mora, which is a hybrid of Anthurium papillolaminum and Anthurium subsignatum. Yes, and this one is another glossy type of anthurium that is really, really cool. Kind of like the nigrolaminum GG. It has a very similar appearance, but the lobes aren't as pronounced, but they're still pretty cute. And this plant actually changes appearance as it matures. I will insert a picture here of a more mature one. So I'm really looking forward to growing this out and seeing if I can get that mature look. I've had this one for a while as well, and it did rot on me and it grew roots back so quickly. I just had it in moss and it just like exploded. So I got to pot it up, and it's also in that mix that I need to get it out of, but it's really happy. Do you see roots on the outside? It doesn't have roots on the outside that I can see. But it hasn't been in here like a super long time, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to dig it out. Hopefully it didn't rot again. But I mean, like the leaves don't feel super thin. They don't feel like it's rotted out. They're nice and perky. So I'm sure it's fine. But I do have to get it out of this mix and into something that it will like growing better in. You can kind of see some of the damage from that mix on this leaf here. It's kind of like yellowed a bit. It has like yellow circles on it. But once I get it out, it should just start growing fine. Anthurium Velvet Mora. Next up, I have my Anthurium Antilacii crossed with Self, which is also known as Anthurium bvep. This one is quite slender. I'm waiting for it to round out because, as you know, bveps are more round. So maybe that happens with maturity, which I've actually heard it does. So I'm just kind of like waiting to see if that'll happen. This one's a little bit more round at the top, but well, I guess this one is kind of too, but not round like bvep round. So I've been waiting, and I just repotted her not too long ago into from pond. She was just in pond but needed an upsize, and her roots have been going crazy. Like, look at that. How cool. And yeah, she's just got a leca reservoir at the bottom as well, and just like a tray to catch the water in. So I'm just kind of waiting patiently for my bvep to turn around and look like she's supposed to. But she's a good grower. She likes to yellow a lot. I think Nick from NXT Plants also has the same problem. I don't know what it is, but these bveps just like to yellow off their borders. It's kind of annoying, but I don't know. She seems happy. She's growing. She's rooting up nicely. And I think once she fills her pot out a bit more, I think she'll push another leaf. You can kind of see maybe she's working on one right now. It's getting a little bit pregnant, but I think it's still going to be a while yet before that pops out of there. This here is my baby. This is my Anthurium Carla Blackier crossed with Luxurians from Bunny, Amanda. And this newest leaf stays dark, like almost black, for so long before it hardens off to this like dark green color, which is almost black. It is so crazy. You know me and my Luxurians hybrids. And look at the back of that leaf. Like, wow, so like pale green and pretty, like that pink venation. and this beautiful squared red petiole. I think the square petiole is a characteristic of the Carla. So yeah, I really love her a lot. She is literally one of my favorites, if not my favorite. I'm not sure, it's hard to pick favorites when you're a plant mom, but she is in no drainage, which I did not want to do, but I didn't have a big enough pot for her. So I just did a pon layer at the bottom because I didn't have any leca, and I did tree fern, pon, and perlite as her substrate. And she is not skipping a beat. Look at that big juicy root. So yes, she's pretty happy in here. There's another one there. And I'm just gonna leave her be. When I water her, like this reservoir right now is like up to here, like almost at the top. But when I water her, I just water her a little bit on the top, and I don't like over water her. I try to keep it very basic, and she hasn't been giving me any fuss at all. She's just been doing great. So one day I'll get her into drainage, but she seems happy as can be in her no drainage vessel right now. So I'm just gonna leave her in here. Anthurium Carla Blackier crossed with luxurians. That color shift. Wow. She's just everything. I can't wait until she flowers. I have plans, friends. I have plans. All right, so this here, how am I gonna show you this? My leaves are all facing up because my lights are above. So they're kind of like hard to show. But this here, that's better, is my Pappy hybrid crossed with self from Beggs Plants. That was the plant I was talking about earlier, but look at this leaf, you guys. This leaf gets me. It's so freaking pretty. Like that is everything, is it not? Oh my goodness, I love it. And yeah, this plant has been growing very well for me as well. It's in tree fern and pon with perlite. It has some really nice roots. You can see there's one there, and a couple right there. So it really likes this substrate, and this is like my go-to substrate for my anthuriums, is either this mix or just straight pon with perlite. But yes, he said that he got some like longer ones out of this cross, and then he got some chubbier ones, and I got a long one, and I love that for me because I really like the long slender anthuriums. I think they're so pretty. But what gets me about this plant is it doesn't have like the red pappy backs. It's green. Isn't that crazy? Like I wonder what this plant was crossed with. Just green. But it's an unknown hybrid. I think he imported it from Indonesia. And yeah, just came as a Pappy hybrid, so it's a secret. No one knows, but it's beautiful, whatever it is. I really, really like this plant a lot, and it's so dark. Back in the corner is one of my problem children, but one of my favorite plants. So this is an Anthurium crystallinum crossed with a Pappy crystallinum. So a complex hybrid. It's got 3 different plants in it, but like look how pretty it is. I love it so much. I think it's just gorgeous. This one was gifted to me from my friend Candace, and it's just not grown very well for me at all. I don't know what it wants. Like, look at that. What the heck? What are you doing, bud? But so far her new leaf is looking okay, so maybe it's just like a juvenile thing for her. I'm not too sure. But she is just in pon. You can see her root right there. Maybe I should move her into drainage. I have way too much water in here. The water line is like up to here, which I didn't notice, so I'm gonna have to empty some of that water out. But yes, she is really pretty. I like her venation. I think that the crystallinum is really comes through in this, and then you get the darkness of the Pappy. Like you can see that leaf is quite dark. But yes, let me see if I can turn my light down a bit so you can see the colors better. But is it going to be bright enough for the video? Turn the one up behind it a bit. Is that better? Okay, so yeah, it is better actually. So you can kind of see how dark that leaf is, but then it just has that crystallinum venation and shape. So I think that it's going to be a very pretty hybrid when it finally gets out of its juvenile stage and starts acting right, and I stop adding too much water to the reservoir. We shall see. And that is it for the top shelf. We are going to go down a shelf, which I can show you from here. We're going to go down into this middle shelf here. So I'm going to show you it now, and then I'm just going to pick them up and show you each plant individually like I did for the top shelf. Okay, I am going to start off with this one. So this one was sold to me as Anthurium Crystal Black. Look at that. It's got a fused sinus. So I don't think that this is a crystal black. I think this has some forgetti in it, or it's just a forgetti. I'm not sure. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. It's really pretty though. It has really nice silvery veins, and that emergent color is so beautiful. Wow, I'm obsessed with that. So red. And then you can see the back of the leaf as well. Really pretty. But this one, yeah, I've had trouble with this plant from day one. I'm surprised it's still alive. This one is a diva for sure, but I don't think it likes being in no drainage. I had a lot of my anthuriums in no drainage, and you can definitely see that the salt buildup does affect the leaves, so I've been slowly transitioning them out. I still have some to do though, but I'm getting there. When you have a large anthurium collection, it's hard to do everything at once. But like, what the heck? That is so gorgeous. Love the emergent color on this plant. I think it's absolutely beautiful. This is one that I want to move out of my tent. It's just getting too big for that shelf. And yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to sell her to see if I can get any different looking plants out of it. You know, like if it's a forgetti hybrid or just a forgetti. Maybe there will be some plants, some baby plants that don't have a fused sinus. I don't know. I don't know. But for now, I'm going to call her Anthurium No ID because she is indeed a no ID. She was supposed to be a crystal black, and then she had a change of plans. So anyways, this is my Anthurium No ID. Oh, I forgot to show you her roots. She's got lots of roots in there. She does need a repot. You guys, my narrow pappy grew a long, narrow, beautiful leaf. How pretty is that? I'm so happy. This is one of my wish list plants that my friend just gifted me. My friend Vanessa, she's the gardening queen on Instagram. And look at those freaking roots, you guys. Like, that is insanity. What the heck? What the heck? Loves her shoes upon, clearly. I am really excited to see how long the next leaf gets, and she's got something growing here out of the petiole. So I think she might be blooming, like she's just a baby, unless that's a new leaf, but I don't think so because it's not coming out of the newest leaf. Let's see if I can show you. Yeah, see right there, that thing right there. So that's interesting. I could make some long, narrow Pallidiflorum baby soon, one day. Like if that is a inflow, I'm not going to pollinate it, but I definitely will collect the pollen because one day we're gonna make some little baby narrow Pallidiflorums, and I'm so excited for that day. She is so cute. Like, I am obsessed with the long slender leaves. I think that they're so pretty, but I don't think she's done hardening off yet. She's still kind of soft, so we'll see how long that gets. But like, that is quite the size jump, is it not? Like, wow, it's like double the older leaves, double the size of the oldest leaf before that, which I think was this one right here. I love her. Oh, this one's kind of sad. This is the butt cut of my Halomicans, and yeah, I chopped her up a bit and she reverted on me, so I chopped her right down to the butt, and she hasn't done anything yet, so I don't know if she's going to, but I'm just going to keep her just in case. And I don't think she likes the bright light. Like, look, she's sun-stressed. Isn't that crazy? And then kind of like bleached a bit. So I might have to put her into lower light actually. But she is just in pond and no drainage. And I don't see any roots. Oh, there's one. You can't really see it though. It's like through the dark algae at the bottom. But yeah, so I have a couple pieces of this in my prop box as well that are variegated, and I have a whole container, which I'll show you later, of the non-variegated ones, but none of them have brought any variegation back, so I don't know, man. I don't know, but if I can get this to grow nicely for me again, I'm not chopping it. Nope. So this here is my Pappy. No, This here is my Crystal crossed with Zara Michelle, and I think she is so gorgeous. Look at that pink little booty hole, so cute. And her beautiful crystalline intonation. I think that that is just lovely. So this is her newest leaf, which has a little bit of damage from my heat and humidity going out. I swear that's a recurring thing for me. It drives me nuts. I'm kind of just thinking of not even having my tent super high humidity and just taking those right out. But then I'm like, no, they need the heat and humidity. But they're clearly doing okay. It's just a bit of a transition adjustment for them. But anyways, back to the plant. Yes, so look at the back of her. She's got like the pinky kind of blushed out back, which is hard to see on camera, but I'm gonna try to show you. Yeah, she's so pretty. And those beautiful red stems, petioles. Yeah, she's a fast grower actually. She's quite dark, which I think is so gorgeous. Like she really does have a good mix of crystallinum and Zara Michelle. I really wanted to grow this plant huge and see what the nice big juicy leaves look like and hybridize her with something. I think this would look really pretty crossed with a Carla. But you know what? Anything would look really pretty crossed with a Carla. So that is her. She's got the red borders of the crystal item. Oh, you can see. Sweet. If you look closely. But she is just in pon and no drainage. And see that root? Her roots are wild. This is another one I need to repot. Yay. But yes, I really like this. I bought this as a seed from my friend who is philodextrin on Instagram, I believe. He is a plant breeder in Canada and he makes beautiful, beautiful plants. Look at that. So nice. Next up we have this drama queen. This is my Anthurium morinense, but look at that pretty emergent leaf. When it comes out, it's like a peachy pink color and then it hardens off to green. I imported this from Ecuagenera like 2 years ago, I think. I imported this and arugulosum, and I think those are the only two plants that I've imported from Ecuagenera. If I have any other plants from them, it is from just buying them from other people who have bought them from Ecuagenera. But they acclimated really nicely, and I put them in my tent, and they were doing fine. And then one day, they just didn't. They just hated life. But I know morinense and arugulosum are both more difficult anthuriums, so I don't know. I don't think that was a good choice for my first import. But I have her here, and she is still alive. My rugulosum, not so much. That thing died so fast it wasn't even funny. So, I don't know, it was a nice, big, beautiful plant, and then it just shriveled away into nothing. But I really like this one. I think it's so pretty. But you can see the tip is kind of browning a bit down there. Right there. So, I don't know. This one is probably not wanting to be in no drainage either, and it's just in pond perlite and tree fern. But we have roots to the bottom, so that is a positive. So I should probably, maybe I'll just poke some holes in this and then do a reservoir. We'll see. Because I'd like her to fill out a bit more before I repot her. But yeah, she's going to get those beautiful lobes, and she's already starting. You can see the transformation from this to this, and I'll put a picture of what a mature morinense looks like up here for you guys to see. We can only hope that it will happen for us one day, friends, but so far she's recovering quite nicely and putting out the most beautiful leaves. So this one here is another one from my plant friend Dennis over at Plantito Nurse, and it is a Bessiae af wide sinus crossed with a Forgetii white stripes. I always go to say Forgetii wide stripes, but it's white stripes. Anyways, so this is her. She's been a little bit of a diva for me as well, but she's growing nicely now, so that's good. I'm excited to see what her next leaf will look like and what the sinus is going to look like, or like if it's going to be fused or have just a regular open sinus, or if it's going to have the wide sinus of the Bessiae af. Oh my goodness, I would die. That would be so beautiful. But that's what she looks like now. Nothing like super special, but she is cute. I think her next leaf will show more of her characteristics and she will look more like her parents. But I have this one in no drainage as well, which I need to stop doing. And yeah, she's just got lots of roots in her little pot, filling it out and loving life. Here we have my no ID, and I don't usually keep my no IDs, but look at that. Would you keep that? The reason I don't keep my no IDs is for breeding purposes because I want to breed a lot of my plants and I don't want to have a whole bunch of no IDs, but if it's a special one, I will definitely keep it. So this one here is so dark and it's so freaking silvery. Like, that is just insanity. And she's giving me a new leaf, which is pretty. I had to chop a lot of her older leaves off because she was getting too big for her shelf, so I just wanted to like condense her. Excuse me while I pull these sheaths off. This is another one that I want to grow super big and see how big she can get because I think she is beautiful. She's dark, she's got the silver venation, and wow. Need I say more? She's got a root coming out of the bottom. She's actually got another one right in the leca. I purposely yesterday emptied out all of the drainage containers so that I could show you things without spilling them. So go me for that. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to fill those back up today. But yeah, she is so pretty and so dark and so beautiful. I love her. This is my Anthurium SP Silver Peru from my friend Tyler. He is Yestillion over on Instagram. And wow, this plant. This plant gave me some grief when I went on vacation and left it in the dark for 5 days, which I should not have done, but she did bounce back nicely. So this is her newest leaf and she is working on another one. I have to say that they're not the fastest growing plants by any means, but when they give you a new leaf, it is so exciting to watch them grow. And she is also very glossy and she's got that like pink venation on the back as well, which you can kind of see, which is super pretty. She's got kind of a square petiole as well. Anyways, this one is in the crap mix, so I need to get it out, the cocoa coir mix. And at least she's in drainage though, but you can see she's happy. Look at those roots, like that's insane. So yeah, I'm gonna have to repot her. I'm gonna wait until this leaf hardens off, and maybe even after the next one, we shall see how much I procrastinate it. But yes, that is one thing I did not expect with anthuriums is all of the repotting you have to do. It's just, it's wild. It's wild. And this here is my Bessier Af bench hybrid, but I think we know what it's crossed with. If you take a look up at the top, the sinus is indeed fused. So this is either a Bessier Af crossed with a Forgetii or a Bessier Af crossed with a Forgetii hybrid. So she's pretty though. Like, look how dark that is. That's insane. Wow. And I really like the top of her venation kind of looks very spidery, and then it's like muted down at the bottom, which is so pretty. Yeah, so this is the leaf it gave me where it started to fuse the sinus, but I did not notice it. And I've chopped off the lower leaves. I need to repot this because I think that they were just yucky. So I chopped them off, and then it gave me this leaf and I was like, oh my God, the sinus is fused. Like, how cool is that? So yeah, that is the leaf that gave it away for me. It's so pretty. And then it just gives me this dark, beautiful leaf. Like, look at the difference in color. That's insane. So I wonder what the next one's gonna look like. I'm very excited. I love collecting my Forgetii hybrids. I think they're so cool, and I didn't even buy this as a Forgetii hybrid. I really like collecting Bessier Af hybrids as well. So to get a Bessier Af and a Forgetii hybrid crossed together, what the heck? That is what dreams are made of over here. One last look before I put her away. She has got hella roots. She's just in pond. No drainage. And she's got her plastic fork stake. Next up I have my variegated Amedrium. Like, this is a cool plant. I love Amedrium. I think they're so pretty. So that was her first leaf there. And then this was her second. Like, how cool is that leaf? See if I can show you. It's like claws. Like, that's so sweet. It's connected. Like, what the heck? Wow. And then this is her newest leaf coming in. It looks like it might, oh yeah, have like one lobe. These growing kind of wonky looking. I think they're so, so cool. Amedrium is the genus that got me into tropical houseplants, so they will always hold a soft spot in my little heart. I think that they're just so interesting. I really have to get this on a pole. But we have got roots all the way to the bottom, so she is happy in her no drainage setup, and she's just in tree fern, pond, and perlite with her little stake, which needs to be a moss pole. And that is her newest leaf coming in. I've always wanted a variegated Emedrium. I think they look so cool. So now in my Emedrium collection, I have the Emedrium Silver, the Emedrium Green, the Emedrium Variegated, and the Emedrium Mint, which I will show you pretty soon. But I really want to get the Zippolinum. I don't know how to say that, but I want to get that one back into my collection. I used to have it, but I do not anymore. And I want to get the variegated one too. So if you're in Canada and you have those and you want to trade, hit me up because I would really appreciate that. So, so cool and funky looking. This would be a cool Halloween plant actually. My baby. This is my Carla Blackier crossed with Ree Gardens Pap. You guys, what the heck? That is such a beautiful dark leaf. I am obsessed. And it's giving me a new one. Can you see that? Oh my god, I'm so excited. And this is her previous leaf, and she is still in moss. So I'm gonna have to repot her because she has got roots to the bottom, but she seems happy in moss. So maybe she'll give me some time before I have to repot her. But wow, you guys, I'm so happy I bought this. It's so beautiful. One day I'll have a pure Carla, but for now, this one I think is my favorite Carla hybrid at the moment. I don't know actually. I have another one to show you soon that I really like as well, but it's a jerk. But this one has been so easy growing for me. Easy going, easy growing. It's so dark and it's got the most beautiful sleek veins, which I think is so pretty. And the back of the leaf, just kind of green, but it's still really pretty. And it's hard to see, but it's kind of got pink venation, like super light pink venation. So yeah, I'm really excited about this one. I want to make some hybrids with it, and I want to grow it big and beautiful. And so far it's been growing like a dream for me. And this is another Bessier Af bench hybrid that I have. I don't know what this one is crossed with, but this one is kind of cup-shaped, if you can see that, which is really cool, I think. So it's got really dark, like bluish green leaves, which I think is really pretty. I've had this one for a while too, and I just chopped the new leaf off because it hit some other leaves when it was coming out. I didn't notice and it was so damaged, so I was just like, nope, I don't want to look at you. So we'll see what the next leaf looks like. I'll have to pay more attention to it because this one's right in the very back of the shelf, but like it's really, really pretty. You can see that color shift of the Bessier Af. So nice. So yeah, I'm really excited to grow this one. I need to get it out of this cup. This is the theme. Look at those roots. And it's in no drainage, but it's in tree fern and pond and perlite. So at least it isn't in the cocoa coir mix, right? It is like playing Jenga putting those plants back. But now we're going to go to the bottom where I have some of my props, and I do want to show you my whole tent, so I'm going to show you all the props too. So I'm going to put you on a different tripod, have a short break, and we will look at some of my props. Okay friends, I'm back from my break. I made myself a coffee, and we're going to get on to some props. First, I'm going to show you a couple big plants I have on the floor beside me. Well, they're not big, but they're bigger. This one has some water in the reservoir, so the reservoir is coming too. This beautiful babe is my, oh no, no tag. So I think this is my luxurians crossed with, what's that? Yes, so this is my luxurians crossed with crystal mag, I think is what it is. I can't remember for sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what this one is. So this leaf got damaged. As you can see at the top there, there's a hole because the kids like to play hockey in front of my tent and knock plants over all the time, which is lovely. But anyways, I just pick them up and carry on and just remind them to be a little more careful. But she is getting big. Like, look how dark that leaf is. It's insane. Oh, so beautiful. It's so dark. Like, wow, what the heck? And those lobes, they're so beautiful. So this one I am obsessed with. I think it's so pretty, and I can't wait until this one hardens. Well, it is hardened off actually. So it is hardened off and it's got that dark blue color, but I almost feel like this one's a bit darker. You see? Maybe not. What do you guys think? But anyways, it is, sorry about the crunching noises. It is so, so pretty. And I just have this one in tree fern, pawn, and perlite with a leca reservoir. And look at her roots. Wow. Yeah, my anthuriums really like this mix, and I'm really happy because it took me a long time to find a mix that my anthuriums really like. I mean, they love pawn too, but I wanted something that was a little bit more light and airy, so I'm so happy that I came across this mix. But yes, one last look at the queen. She is beautiful. And then we have this beautiful one here. So this is a dark forgetti-eye crossed with a forgetti-eye. And as you can see, the only silver you can see is like these bits at the bottom. So she's pretty dark. This one I got from Alice, You Don't Even Grow Here, and it's been a little brat for me as well, and it won't stop flowering, but that's a forgetti-eye thing. Forgetti-eyes like to flower a lot. So I did end up pollinating a plant with some of her pollen, so we'll see if it takes. It's a Pappy Meg, so I'm excited about that, but like, look at that. What in the actual heck? What happened to you? Why you hate me? But yeah, she's actually, I know why, because she's in the Cocoa Coir mix, which I need to get her out of. And look, I kept the tag. Because I love Alice. She's awesome. But she has got some roots in here as well, which is hard to see, but you can see a big one right there. But I do need to get her out of here ASAP because I don't want her to look yucky. I don't want any more of that melting that you see on the side here. But this is her newest leaf here, and she's looking pretty good so far. So we have some high hopes, but yeah, it's a forgetti-eye. I struggle with forgetti-eyes. Sometimes they do good for me and sometimes they don't. Forgetti-eye life. So if I scooch over and lower you down, you can see what my props look like down there. Nothing special, just a bunch of cups and props everywhere, but we're gonna show you those right now. So I'll start with these two here. These are my Meg crossed with maybe Potato radiatum. That is what I bought them as. This one looks like it has seen better days. You can see that leaf is yellowing on the side, but I just chopped this little seedling up into a couple different cuttings, so we'll see how it does. I don't see any roots yet, but yeah, I just got her taped together in these cups, and it has some holes in the top, and she's in tree fern, pawn, and perlite. I think maybe she got a little bit too wet, and that's why she has that mark on her. And then this is another piece from the same plant as well, and this one looks a lot better. See how cute? So yeah, we shall see if it is indeed a Meg crossed with a Potato radiatum. So these are actually no IDs as well right now. Back here, I have a piece of my NSC Red Crystal crossed with Carla. This one I want to grow out and eventually sell once I'm sure the mama is going to do well. So she's looking good. She's a bit yellowed on her newest leaf, like right there, you can see. So I don't know, maybe I was just keeping them a little too moist, like it is dripping. Maybe I shouldn't keep them so moist. But yeah, so I'm excited about this one. It doesn't look like much now, but she is going to one day. She's going to be a beautiful, beautiful plant. Here I have, oh, this is actually the plant I chopped that one off of. So this is my NSC Red Crystal Carla top cut. And look how pretty. When this leaf came in, that venation was so red. It was insane. It's so pretty though. I really like this plant a lot. I think it's going to be beautiful once it grows up. And we've already got a root coming out of the bottom. So this one is indeed doing well. I'm very happy about that. But I will post a photo of an emergent leaf on my Instagram the next time one comes out. I do see the tip of one starting actually. Let's see if you can see that. See? Hard to see, but you can see it there. So I'll post that on my Instagram, so keep an eye out, friends. These ones here are little bottom cuts from my Fort Sherman Ralph Lynam crossed with Carla. This one has had better days. As you can see, it's like yellowing off, but there is new growth coming in the bottom. So I'm hopeful for this plant. It's just in tree fern, pon, and perlite. You can see a root there, a green one. So yeah, I'm just gonna wait it out and see how this one does. I want to grow these out a bit bigger before I let them go, but they are going to be beautiful. This is the same plant as well, just a little one leafer, and it's also pushing a leaf, but it kind of looks like it's getting stuck in there. So we shall see. If you see that. Oh no! Here is my FTG crystallinum crossed with red crystal and then crossed with an A+ pap. And it just gave me a new leaf and it looks super pretty, but it's kind of like deformed a bit. So I think it's just because I have it in ambient. I don't think it wants to be in ambient, but she's staying in ambient for now so that we can see how she does in ambient. I don't have a whole lot of room in my prop boxes, and that is her oldest leaf. This one's going to be so pretty once it grows out. I'm actually really excited for this one. Anything crossed with a pappy, I love. And you can see the roots in there look great. This one right there. And one right there. So yeah, she's doing well. This here is a plant I picked up yesterday from my friend Nick and Corbin. My friends Nick and Corbin from NXC Plants. Two of these are not mine, but the other two are. So we traded. I traded him a cutting of my Solanum Julianum for 2 seeds. And then my uncle has cancer for the 2nd time, so he donated some plants that I could sell, which was super sweet. I've been fundraising for him for the last couple weeks now, and I've raised a lot of money. So thank you to everyone who has donated and supported me and my family during this difficult time. It's just been really hard. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna cry. But yes, I do appreciate your support from the bottom of my heart, all of you guys. So this is Anthurium Bessier Aft crossed with Bevep or Antolachii. And wow, that is going to be quite the mix. Do I want to open them? We probably should since we're doing a tour, right? Ah, got it. Oh, one fell in the corner. Let me help you out, little buddy. Okay, so I don't want to tip this too much because I don't want them to fall out, but you can see those beautiful seeds on top of that moss. Those are going to be so pretty. I have to separate these. That's on my to-do list. But yeah, so that was a really nice trade. I'm really excited to grow these out. I think they're going to be beautiful. And that emergent leaf is going to be chef's kiss, I tell you. And next up, we have a Crystal Hope crossed with a Forgetti Dark Form. And I have 2 of these. So this is the first one. Look how pretty and silvery that leaf is. I think it's gorgeous. And it's giving me a new leaf. The oldest leaves are starting to yellow a little bit. You can't really see that one, but it is a little bit. Well, maybe not, actually. Yeah, it is a little bit on the sides. Hard to see, though. But yeah, I think these are going to be really pretty, and I've always wanted something with a lot of silver venation. Like the Crystal Hope has beautiful silver venation, so I'm really excited to grow these out and see what they end up looking like. We've got some roots like right there, but that's the only ones I can see. So hopefully this one doesn't rot on me. We'll have to just keep an eye on it. Okay, so this is the Meg crossed with Pedata radiatum ? From the first 2 I showed you down here. This is the top cut of that plant. So this is the oldest leaf here, and then it gave me this one here, which is yellowing at the bottom, and then it's got a new leaf coming in right there. Cutie. So I think this one's gonna do really good. We've got a root coming out of the bottom, escaping. Maybe I have this in too high of light. Maybe I should move it back a bit. We'll see how the new leaf comes in, but I do see some signs of bleaching on that leaf for sure. Back here, I have a prop that I forgot about for so long, so it never got watered for a while. So then I watered it thinking it was just gonna die, and then it popped a leaf. So this is my Moodiana hybrid crossed with maybe crystallinum. The mama is in my plant room, and this one is from Beggs Plants. So it's a really pretty one, but yeah, you can see that old leaf was like, help me, someone water me. And then this new leaf popped out when I watered it. Cutie pie. And I've got it in this huge container. Oh, this one is in the cocoa coir mix too. Damn. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking when I potted this one up. in a huge container, but I'm just gonna leave it and see how it grows out. It's got a lacquer reservoir. Actually, maybe I should pot it into tree fern, pond, and perlite. I'll have to put this one on my list as well. Would you guys be interested if we did a video where I walked around my plant collection and just wrote down all of the things that I have to repot and like prioritized them, and wrote down like all of the substrate I need to get for them and made a plan on how I'm gonna get that, like props to sell to pay for those expenses? Would that be something you guys would be interested in watching? Because I have to do that. So if I can make a video about it, if you guys want to see it, I totally will. This one here is my Crystal Mag butt cut, and it wasn't doing anything for the longest time, but this one is also in the cocoa mix. But it sprouted this leaf here, and it has a growth point down at the bottom here as well. So it is doing something, which is good. This one has a really pretty purple emergent, so I wanted to grow this out and maybe do a trade with somebody, because the mama is in my plant room doing well, and she just put out an inflow, and it's literally so long. Like, it's pressing up against my window, and the inflow, the petiole of the inflow is like almost the size of half my body. But I'm only 5 foot tall, so, but still, that's long. And this here is a cutie little baby variegated domesticum. I should actually put this one up on the plant group. I have before. Oh, maybe overwatered it a little bit. Show you. This one's very variegated, but this leaf here has, it's a little bit translucent. You probably can't see that on camera, but look how pretty it is. Somebody would probably love that, but I might grow it out a bit more because the 2 newest leaves are all variegated, so I don't want to sell somebody a plant that's just going to turn all variegated. Maybe I could chop it back once it gets a bit bigger or something. But it's cute. Little baby plants are adorable. I love them so much. And this here is a Meg crossed with Dark Mama or Lux from Somia over at Northern Plant Room. And yeah, this plant, ever since I've gotten it, has been a struggle to grow. I have the mama out on my plant table and it's rehabbing. Well, it has to be rehabbed. I haven't done that yet. It's on the rehab list. But this new leaf, look at that. I think it's starting to like sort itself out. So maybe I'll just keep this one. I'm not sure, but I have a couple different props of this. It looks good though, and it's so dark, and she thinks this one is crossed with Dark Mama, because what she does sometimes is her inflow, she'll put 2 different pollens on them. So she'll say it's Meg crossed with either Dark Mama or Lux. So she used Dark Mama pollen and Lux pollen, but it's rooting up really nicely in there. You can see juicy roots. It's actually been in here for quite a long time. I should probably take it out. The roots are all the way to the bottom, as you can see, and it's just in moss and perlite. Okay, so these are my Halo Micans props that I took. Yeah, I don't think this plant likes a lot of light. I'll show you what I mean. Like, it's bleaching. So they all look green, but I'm going to keep growing them out to see if maybe some of them will variegate for me. But yeah, those were wet stick props I took. You never know. You never know. Oh, this is my other Crystal Hope crossed with Forgetty Eye Dark Form. Yeah, and I really like this one. I think it's so pretty. It has a lot of the Crystal Hope vibes. Like, you can see it in the venation. So cool. So I'm really excited about this one as well. I was going to let go of one of them, but I don't know. I'm kind of attached to both of them. Like, they look so different. Let me see how I can show you. See? They look way different. So I might hang on to it for a bit longer before I decide to let go of it, because I want to see how they both grow out and then pick my favorite. I like doing that. This is a No ID that I got in a batch of seeds that I bought from my local Facebook group for a really good price. And as you can see, it is growing nicely in there. So, oh my goodness, so hard to show you. You're just gonna get that. So yeah, it is rooted to the bottom. We can see your root right there. So I'm gonna have to take it out of here because the next leaf that grows is going to be too big for the cup. So that's gonna be on the prioritized to-do list. What is this? Oh, this is a rehab project I did. So my Meg crossed with Meg Verde was not looking so hot. I don't know what was wrong with it. If it was like overwatered or what, but I chopped it down right to the chonk. So we shall see how it grows in. It looks like it has a good growth point though. You can see that right there. So yeah, we shall see how this one grows out. I'm just gonna keep it in this perlite and domed under my light. Okay, so this is a Fort Sherman Ralph Lauren Carla prop that I actually recently sold to my friend. So I'm just waiting for her to come pick it up, but it is a bigger one and it's looking so, so good. It's hard to show you in the cup. Can you see on the outside? Not really. But yeah, so this one is ready for her to come get it whenever she has some time, and it has good roots. You can see a root there and a root at the bottom too. Then we have this one I'm really excited about. So this is Casey crossed with Mikey Boy, and this was a gift. Oh, you guys, look at this emergent. I wonder if you can see it. Look how pretty that is. You see that? It's got red in it. Oh, that is gorgeous. I need to get this out of the cup because that leaf is going to grow big. But it's got nice roots. You can see that root through the cup. It's looking good. It's got roots to the bottom. Yeah, I'm really excited about this one. So this is another one on the priority to-do list. Okay, so this is a Carla BVEP Red Crystal, and I need to pot this one up eventually. It's got a root to the bottom of the cup. I'm really excited about this one. Look at that pretty emergent leaf. It's such a cute little babe. I think it's gonna have some of that red crystal venation maybe. It's kind of looking like it's starting to turn red, so that's exciting. This here is a Pallidiflorum crossed with Self. Baby. Look how cute those little Pallidiflorum babies are. Like, you would never be able to tell that that's a Pallidiflorum. So adorable. And this is another one of my Meg crossed with Dark Mama or Lex's. It's got a good root in there. Oh, this one I think I sold actually. So I did actually, to my friend Katie. It's kind of yellowing a bit, but it's got a new leaf coming, so I think it will look really nice. Meg crossed with Dark Mama or Lex. That is everything on my lower prop side of this shelf. We're gonna go look at the plants in the middle now. I'm gonna take my mic down and give you a little bit of a view of what it looks like up here. If I can. Let's see, push my microphone down, and yeah, we're gonna do this middle shelf next. I don't know how that view is gonna look, and don't mind my cord management, it's terrible. Okay, I was gonna grab my other tripod, but I'm not going to because I'm just gonna sit down. It'll be perfect. And did you guys see I'm wearing my Wild Fern merch? I have to show you. She said she wants to get new merch, so I'm excited for that to come out, but look how cute that is. I love it. Black and gold are my colors. I think it's cute. Okay, first up is this beautiful Dark Phoenix crossed with Luxuriance Hybrid from Hector over at the Urban Foliage. This plant is so gorgeous. Like, look at the color of it. That is something else. And the backs have the pinky venation as well. This leaf, yellowed. It's got like this weird yellowy pattern on it. Not a pattern, but like, it's yellowing for sure. But I just repotted it, so I'm hoping that that helps. I think this was in the Cocoa Coir mix. Same with this leaf. You can see that. I don't know if it's coming across on camera, but the bullateness of this leaf, the pebbly texture is just, that is unmatched. Like, that is insane, you guys. Look at that. What the heck? I already know that this is going to be one of my favorite plants. It's giving me a new leaf, which is exciting. And I potted it into pon. That's the newest leaf. And it is looking so fine. I'm so excited for that. It did fall over, so it's got a little bit of damage on it. You can see on the back. But yeah, I think that her new leaf is going to be pretty, hopefully. So we'll see what it looks like when it comes out. But I'm really, really excited about this plant. Really excited. Another Lux hybrid. This is my Dark Crystal crossed with Lux from Plantido Nurse. So pretty. Look how beautiful that is. I love these blue sheened Lux hybrids. I think they're gorgeous. And I just repotted this one. This one was in the Cocoa Coir mix, I know for sure. but the new leaf looks good. This was the new leaf after the repot, so it's in my pond tree fern fiber and perlite mix. Let's see if we can find a juicy root to show you. Nothing like super juicy, but there's one at the bottom there in the leca, if you can see it. So it is rooting in there nicely. I'm very excited for this one to get big. I love all my Lux hybrids. I think they're so cool. And this one here is my Tofu Getii, one of them from Alice. You don't even grow here. And look, it's fusing the sinus, you guys. And it's so sparkly. I wish I could show you how sparkly that is. So sparkly. Maybe I should turn the light back up. Actually, no, because I like to show you how dark some of them are. It's really hard to see, but it's really shimmery. You can kind of see it. Me trying to show you the sparkle. But it's so cool. Like, those leaves are just so interesting. Look at that. So neat. And this has been such an easy grower for me, this one. Like, wow. So pretty. And it's got that pretty pink sinus, which I love. And this one is just in pond. And it's loving it, dude. Loving it. There's so many roots all the way around the whole pot. So yeah, I'm gonna have to upsize her soon. But she's doing really well with just her little water reservoir in pond. I really like this one a lot, and I can't wait until it grows up. But it's nice having smaller anthuriums because they grow so fast and then you can never find space for them. It's just like a constant struggle, dude. And then this is a piece of my Raven's Heart, which I cut it up into 8 pieces. I did gift a couple away already, but I do still have a couple around, so I'll show you them. So this is the one I'm keeping for myself. The oldest leaf is yellowing off indeed, but you can see how dark that was. This is a Pappy cross with an Ace of Spades dark form. Look at that. It's starting to yellow off again, but we have a new leaf coming in. This is the one that took the longest to root. So, but it definitely has rooted. You can see right there. It's got a huge root. And then it's got some more roots coming in on that side. So this one is in no drainage for now, but I will eventually get it out of no drainage. When I'm rooting a anthurium, I like to keep them in no drainage because it just keeps it from drying out. And then once it gets bigger and more established, then I'll put it into drainage. Well, that has been working for me. But once they're babies, they can stay in no drainage. It's fine. And back here, I have a regular crystallinum, but look how pretty and dark it is. This plant has been giving me hell too. I've always struggled with just pure crystallinums. Well, I'm sure it's not pure, but you know what I mean. Anyways, so that leaf kind of looks like crap at the bottom, but it is pretty. And then this one is like yellowing off. Crystallinums don't like as much water as my other anthuriums, I've noticed, so I always overwater it. So I try to skip a watering, so I'll just water it every 2 weeks. And since I've been doing that, it gave me that leaf, and it's pretty, so yeah, I really like it a lot. I'm just looking at this one back here. It does look sort of similar, doesn't it? That's crazy. I never noticed that before. So maybe this is like a forgetti crystallinum or something. Anyways, back to the crystallinum. My friend Alexis yogiblossom.va sent me this a long time ago. It's actually a crystallinum self from her plant, I believe. And yeah, it's just super cute. I like it a lot. I just want a simple, regular crystallinum in my collection until it gets big. Then I'll probably just take a pup and sell the mama off because those things get huge, but I'm sure it'll take a while for that to happen. This is my Anthurium Savannah, and this is her leaf that's left. She had 2 leaves when I potted her into this large pot, and she dropped one. And I was like, maybe I put it in too big of a pot. But as you can see, she is happy. She's rooting up nicely in there, and I'm really excited because this is one of my favorite anthuriums. So this is a Grige crossed with the Dock Block F2. And look at the baby leaf that just shot out of there. It's so cute. I love it so much. I think this is going to be such a beautiful anthurium when it grows up. It's been a little bit difficult for me too, but I think it's going to be easy peasy from here now that it's in its nice big container with its tree fern, pond, and perlite. That's another one I only water like once every 2 or 3 weeks as well because it's in such a big pot. Tyler, if you're watching this, my friend Tyler asked me about pond because he wanted to switch some of his plants to pond because he wanted to not have to water more than once a week. And I was just kind of going over pond with him a bit and my setups, and I forgot to tell him the way I water less is by potting my plants into bigger pots. It works really well. Less watering, less repotting. And if you have it in a nice airy mix, they usually do fine. So this is another Carla hybrid. This one's crossed with BVEP or Antilacii. And look at that, you guys. This is so freaking beautiful. I love this plant so much. Love it. It's been really hard for me. Really, really hard, but look, it just popped a new leaf after I repotted it, which is super, super pretty. So dark red. And oh my goodness, I didn't repot this too long ago, and look at that big juicy root. Excellent. Okay, so that's good. I'm happy with that. But yes, I really like this one. I like the spidery venation. Like, that's just crazy. And the way that the lobes go back, like you can see how they go back like little ears. Hard to see that way. But yeah, I think that that is so cool. Wow. Wow. I was so proud of this leaf when it came out. I've had this for a while now. I bought one for my friend for her birthday, and I bought one for my friend for Mother's Day, and I kept one for myself. And my friend's is growing way better than mine. My other friends, I actually have to ask her about it. I haven't, but she's not very good with seedlings, so we'll see if it's still alive, hopefully. But anyways, I'll check in on those. But yeah, this is my Carla hybrid crossed with BVEP, and I think she's finally happy. Knock on wood. Okay. Next up, we have another one from Dustin. Oh my god, this one is full of water. I'm going to spill it everywhere. This is a Meg crossed with a BVEP. Look how pretty that is. I think that is an absolutely gorgeous emergent leaf. Oh, I'm spilling water. Oh my god. Okay. No, I'm all wet. Okay, anyways, I'm going to quickly show you this leaf here, and I'm going to put it back because we have water coming out from all sides of the reservoir. But look how pretty and dark and long and slender that is. Like, you can definitely see the BVEP in that for sure. This one is really BVEP heavy. Okay, not even showing you the roots on that because I just got drenched. Oh my goodness. Anyways, carry on, carry on. The one plant that I didn't drain the reservoir on. And, oh, actually, I think there's two. My Bessie AF. Anyways, this one here is my Anthurium Timplowmanii. I got this in a mystery box from, I think, Cafeteria and Greens. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that's where I got it. This is the newest leaf it's given me. This was the OG leaf, which is cool. I think these are so cool. They're so much different than your typical plant. Like, they have the really pretty, slender, long, leathery leaves, and they're like ribbed, like the Anthurium veitchii, the king Anthurium, which is really cool. Look at that. Like, I wonder what would happen if you crossed the two of them. That'd be cool. So yeah, maybe it is a veitchii hybrid, or maybe it's a species. I'm not even sure actually. But it has a new leaf coming in, which is exciting. I'm really excited for this one. I think it's really cool, but this one's in my cocoa mix, but it doesn't really seem to be affected. So that's good. Do we have roots? Where's the roots? Right there. You can see roots in the bottom there. Hide my face. So yeah, that one is definitely interesting and unique, and I like having those unique ones in my collection. Something different to look at. It's nice to have a variety. Okay, what am I going to show you next? Oh, I'll show you the baby BVEP, if I can get it. Oh. So this is the butt cut off of my Mama BVEP self I have. I have a baby of it as well. This oldest leaf is yellowing off. But it's got a nice fuzzy root in there. And it's got another leaf coming in, but it kind of looks like it's getting stuck as well. I'm not sure. So yeah, this is the little cutie baby that I cut. I think it's so cute. I really hope this one doesn't yellow on the sides like the mama does, but it probably will. I think it's just a beeve-up thing. I'm gonna remove that yellow leaf. And yeah, she's just in pawn, tree fern, and perlite, and she's just a little cutie pie. The struggle is real. Okay, this one's gonna spill all over me too, but I still have to show you. It's part of my tent. Well, maybe not. It's a little bit lower of a reservoir, but not much. Oh no, it's definitely gonna spill. Okay, we'll just do this one super quick. This is my Bessier A from Nick and Corbin, NXC Plants. Look at that beautiful wide sinus. It's so pretty. And it's got this most striking venation, and it's so dark. So I did pollinate something with this pollen. I don't remember what though, but it's in my plant room. And I do have another, oh, there it's leaking. I have another inflow coming in, so I'm gonna collect the pollen off of that because I don't want to pollinate it yet. I want to wait for a couple more leaves. But yeah, that is her. I'm gonna put her back because she's spilling. All right, so that is it for my middle shelf in my grow tent. We're gonna go to the left side of my grow tent and I'll show you the top first and then the middle and then the props on the bottom, and I have a lot of more floor plants on this side, so I'll show you those as well. All right guys, we're on the left side of my tent now, so I'm just gonna step to the side and show you guys the view of the top shelf. So that is what it looks like, and I really like the way that turned out as well. Like, look how pretty. I love it. Oh my goodness. I think it's so much fun displaying plants, but I always struggle with it. I don't know, I'm not much of an interior decorator designer, but I really like the way it turned out. So I'm just going to show you them one by one. So this here, I can get it around. This here is my Pappy Hybrid crossed with Forgetii, and this is another one from Dustin at Bags Plants. I actually got it from our mutual friend Alexis. She had it as a baby seedling and gifted it to me, and I grew it into this big beautiful thing. She was a diva, a drama queen, but she's finally sorting herself out. And something exciting, something exciting is we pollinated her with RVDP, Red Veined Dark Phoenix. So I'm really excited. I hope that this works out. I just did it September 1st, so a couple days ago, or like a couple weeks ago. But imagine getting an RVDP with a closed sinus with this beautiful big leaf. I'm really excited. I hope it works out. If it doesn't, that's okay. I can always try again, but yeah, I think that that will be a beautiful cross. And she's giving me another inflow, so I'm going to collect the pollen off of this. I don't think I'd like to have her pollinated twice at the same time because she was really hard to grow this big. I don't want to take all of the energy from her. And then she's got this leaf as well. And then she also has this leaf, which is going to be hard to show you. There we go. But yeah, so I'm excited. She's just in pawn and she's got lots of roots. So I think that she'll be able to hold on to that inflow, which I'm really, really excited for. I really hope that that works out because I think that it would be a beautiful, beautiful cross. Behind her, I have another Bessier Ave, and this one's from my friend Kate over at Young Plant House on Instagram. I got this from her a long time ago. It's so, so dark. So dark. And it's got a new leaf coming in. I literally just chopped a whole bunch of its dead old crispy leaves off because I struggle with the Bessier Ave, you guys. I struggle with this plant. But Nick said to try silica, so I'm gonna try silica, but I have to put it in drainage first. So this is another one on the repot list. It's just in pawn, and it's got lots of roots. So maybe that's why. Maybe I just need to take it out of drainage, out of no drainage, put it into drainage, and then give it some silica and see how it does. But how dark. It's so, so dark. I love this one so much. It's so pretty. It just needs to act right. It needs to act right. So if you guys have Bessier Aves in your collection and they look outstanding, please let me know what your tips and tricks are. Please. Look at this. How beautiful is that? And the back is like purple. So this is my Goliath crossed with Self from Cartel Dawn, and it is looking so good. It's very slim right now, but I'm thinking that it's gonna widen out within its next couple of leaves. The emergent is so purple. It's so pretty, and it has that beautiful yellow sinus, which I think is just crazy. So yes, let me show you her leaves. So I literally bought her as a seed. So this is one of her baby leaves, and then that's another baby leaf. And then she gave me this leaf. Like, look how cute that is. I think that's adorable. And then she gave me, which one was next? This one. This one here, which is so pretty. And then this one was the one previous to the new leaf. So nice. And you can see that like pebbly texture of the Goliath, which I think is so pretty. And then of course her new leaf, which I hope doesn't have any damage on it when it hardens off. But so far it looks good. I just gotta stop touching it. I've been like taking pictures of it, showing it to people, cleaning the leaves off, organizing my shelves, so it's bound to have some sort of damage. But yeah, I really like this one a lot, and I bought this one specifically for breeding purposes. And I know these get quite dark too, so I'm really excited about that. Look, she needs a pot real bad. Oh my goodness, she's also in the cocoa mix. So that didn't do her too dirty. Like look, she's got a bit of yellowing on that leaf, but these other leaves look fine. But I also feed my anthuriums with CalMag every single watering, so maybe that has something to do with it. I'm not sure. Next up is a really exciting one. This is another one of my tofu getty eyes from Alice. You don't even grow here. And this is the newest leaf. I chopped the back cut off for her, so it started to give me leaves that were closing the sinus, but that leaf got really, it just started looking ugly, so I chopped it off. So you can't see any leaves with a closed sinus, but hopefully the next one gives me a closed sinus. But it's so dark and it looks so different from the other one. These are from the same seed batch, you guys. Like what the heck? What in the actual heck? But yeah, look how dark and beautiful that one is. I think it's so pretty. It's been a little bit more difficult for me actually, but we're moving along. We're moving along. It's hard to get plants out of that juvenile phase, and look at that sheen. Hola. I hope this isn't too dark. I just turned my lights lower so that you could see the plants better. But yes, she's in tree fern, pond, and perlite. She has got some beautiful roots and her leco layer, and she is just doing good on my top shelf. This is another one of my Raven's Heart propagations. Oh, maybe I should keep this one and sell that one because those leaves are gonna fall off. I don't like shipping big plants. And it's got an emergent. Maybe I will keep this one. Sorry. Had a little bit of a thought process there. Look at those roots, you guys. Those roots are just beautiful. And they're pink. But she needs a repot. Real bad. So this was one of the top divisions from my Raven's Heart. I think I'm going to keep this one. So she's really dark and beautiful. She gets even darker than that, but she's got the most cutest new leaf, and those new leaves are everything. I love them so much. I think they're so pretty. Behind her is my Amedria Mint. My Amedria Mint is so pretty, but like my Epi Albo, she was also through a runner and was trailing down the side of my tent, and she had a couple green leaves on that runner too, so I chopped her back, propped all her wet sticks, and I'm hoping she gives me some more mint because I've only had this leaf as the one I bought it with from Cafeteria and Greens, and it's the only one with mint on it. But it's so pretty. Oh my goodness. I love it so much. And it's just in tree fern, pond, and perlite. The roots are really fine. They're in there, but they're really fine. But yes, Amedrium Mint. And then we have my Pappy X1. How pretty is that? So pretty. It's so dark, and it has that pink venation. Like, what the heck? I love this plant so much. I think it's so pretty, but I think this one is getting bleached a bit, so I might have to move it into my plant room. But it's also in the cocoa mix, so I had to remove a bunch of leaves because they had damage from that cocoa mix, and they were just ugly, and I needed room on my shelf. So I removed those leaves. I should have kept them on to show you guys, but I have shown you guys a couple leaves with some of that damage on it. But look, it's got lots of roots right into the leper reservoir. Do we have no roots in the bottom? But yeah, she is doing well. I really, really, really like this plant a lot. And that is the back of her leaf. She's got that pink venation as well, which I think is so pretty. And in the back, we have my dark form regale, which I beheaded a little while ago because it was driving me nuts. And it is also in the cocoa substrate, which is not good. I think I might just take it out and keep it for my Hoyas, because my Hoyas will probably be fine with it. They're doing well with it right now, but this one has tree fern in it. My Hoya mix doesn't have tree fern in it, so, but I think tree fern will be fine for Hoyas. But look how pretty that dark form regale is. So nice. The tip crisped up a bit, but whatever. And it's in this huge pot because regale roots are nutty. So if you know, you know. And then I have this little prop box here. I'm gonna dig some plants out of there and show you. I showed you guys this one in a recent video. This is my Neon Noir crossed with Dark Phoenix. It's got really good roots, still haven't potted it up, but it did give me a new leaf. It's cute. So I'm hoping this one gets darker as the plant matures, because right now it's pretty light. Neon Noir is really dark. Dark Phoenix is pretty dark, so I think that once it matures, it will be more dark. It's really hard to tell at this young age, but those two plants have really high hopes for it being a very dark plant. And a lot of times seedlings are a lot lighter colored, and as they mature, they get darker anyways. So just wanted to show you her cute new little leaf. How adorable is that? And then this is my Anthurium Silver Special, and my friend Vanessa that gave me this, she said this is the old school Silver Special. So I think it's from Ecogenera. But yeah, this is the newest leaf it gave me, I think. Pretty, yeah, because I cut the old one off because it was looking yucky. So this is the newest leaf it gave me, and it's just in pon, and it's got hella roots. I really need to take this out of here because there's literally roots all over the place. But yeah, I think once I upsize her and put her into drainage, she's going to be a queen. And then this is my AOS Cuneolens from Nick and Corbin, and it hates me. It's actually, I think, just went into a bit of shock because I know they keep their tents and the like prop area is a lot warmer, and my tent right now is like normal. It's actually pretty cold in my house because my husband turns the air conditioning on and leaves it on all day, and it gets really, really cold. So my tent gets down at night to like 17 degrees. So this plant probably is like, what the heck? Bring me back home, please. But it's yellowing some of its older leaves off, which is to be expected though with new plants when you add them into your collection. And it also has Cuneolens genes, so I know that that plant is a lot trickier too, but like it is going quite yellow, all the plants around, even this leaf. It's hard to see, but it's going yellow as well. And then the newest leaf looks okay, but it is going yellow too. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to take this out. I just emptied the nutrient solution out of it yesterday, and just added straight water in here for now because I want to repot this into my pond tree fern and perlite mix. But this is one of the plants that I'm most excited for in my collection, so I have to keep it alive. You're not allowed to yellow anymore, friend. And on feeding day, I will definitely be adding some nutrients into that reservoir if I haven't repotted it yet. And that is it for the top shelf, you guys. I think we're going to go down to the middle, and this is what it looks like. So we have two prop boxes. We have some plants along this side here, and then a plant in the front. So I'm going to be showing you, this box here has a whole bunch of anthuriums in it, like baby anthuriums. I'm going to show you them all individually. And this prop box is just full of like Hoya vines and stuff. So I'm not going to show you guys that. It's fine. It's just kind of like a very prop boxy prop box. Perlite prop box. I'm not going to go through that one, but then I'll show you all the plants off to the side as well. So let's start in the prop box. This is the Bessier Afnitensa crossed with a Doc, crossed with an SKG Crystal Mag from my friend Dustin over at Banks Plants, and it just gave me this new leaf. How cute is that? So cute and so little. I think it's adorable. So there is that. My child is playing with Lego and you can hear him in the background. I apologize. So this is an Indo-Pappy crossed with an Indo-Ace of Spades from my friend Vanessa, the gardening queen. She gifted me a whole bunch of seedlings. If you've seen the 50 new plants in my collection video, that's where you'll see when I first got these. Look at that emergent. That is insane. I am obsessed. I think it's so pretty. like that oil slick emergent. And the roots are just insane too. So insane. Oh, that scared the shit out of me. Oh my goodness, you guys. I went to close that lid and I have a inflow on my big pap, which I'll show you guys in a bit, and it like curled around my sweater and it looked like a caterpillar. I was like, oh my god, there's a caterpillar on me. And I'm like, how would a caterpillar get into my tent? Anyways, little heart attack there, but I'm back. So this one here is also from Dustin. It's a Zara Michelle F2 by F3 red, crossed with a Doc SKG Crystal Mag. So that is going to be something else. Those emergents are going to be gorgeous once this grows out a bit. I'm really excited. It doesn't look like much now, but it's going to once it's a bit bigger. Doc Ralph Lauren Fort Sherman crossed with Ralph Lauren Fort Sherman, Ralph Lauren Fort Sherman. So this one is heavy pap with a touch of Doc, which I think is going to be so beautiful. And now it's garbage day and people are bringing their garbage back. Interruptions. Anyways, it's giving me a new leaf, if you can see right there. So pretty. I think that's going to be just glorious. Oh my goodness. And it's already so dark. Yes, I'm very excited for that one. This is a prop of my Meg Forgetti with the closed sinus. It has two heads. One of them is sprouted and the other one is going to sprout. Not much to see there either, actually. And this one's pretty exciting. So this one was from Kate, Young Plant House. So this is a Doc Block F2 crossed with Forgetti that I almost can't say that word on YouTube. But I brought her back, and look how pretty that emergent is. It has pink in it, and she said this is a clone from her plant in the sinus fuses. So that is very, very exciting. I'm so excited to see that. Okay, so we have a good root right there. This is another one from Dustin, which I'm really excited about. He thought that it might have a flat sinus because of that leaf. As you can see, the sinus is pretty flat, but it appears that I don't think so, because if you can see the new sinus on that leaf, it's not flat. But that is okay, because have you seen that emergent? It's so gorgeous. Oh my goodness. This is a BVEP crossed with a PAP BVEP. It's got that like really pretty PAP emergent color almost with the BVEP shape. It's just so, so pretty. I really love that emergent. I think it's gorgeous. I'm excited for this one. And it's just in moss and it's got a root coming out of the bottom, so it needs out of there. Yeah, we'll have to do a seedling care day. Maybe that's a good idea. And this is my Bessier AF hybrid. It's just a clone from one of my Bessier AF benches. I think the more blue one that doesn't have the fused sinus. And yeah, that's just a baby of her that I took to trade or sell. So I will be doing that eventually, but she's dark and pretty and beautiful, and I love her. And look at those roots. That's insane. Insanity. Roots to the bottom. You can see right there through the algae. These next couple are from Nick and Corbin. So this is a Indo Pappy crossed with a Bessier AF. And look how cute that is. It's like the pinkest emergent ever. I think that that is gorgeous. I'm really excited for this plant as well. I think I need to move it to lower light though. It's bleaching. And then we have Anthurium Pappy Fort Sherman F2 seeds. Seedlings actually. And look how cute they are. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to put these in a taller cup soon. I think they're adorable. Those are gonna be beautiful. Love me a Pappy. Pappy Fort Sherman F2. That's exciting. And then we have this cutie pie. This is a Zara crossed with a Forgetti Dark Form from Life of Vinsanity on Instagram. I joined one of their purges and got this beautiful plant, which I'm stoked about. And I really hope that that sinus fuses. I think it might. It has potential. So I'm really excited. And I want to see, the emergent color was actually had really pink venation in it. So I want to see what the next leaf looks like. I'll have to put that one on my Instagram as well. But yeah, I bought this with high hopes because I think I also have a Michelle crossed with a Forgetti Eye Dark form, or a Michelle Forgetti Eye Dark form. So we'll have to compare once they are both a bit bigger. And then this is my Zara Michelle crossed with Forgetti Eye White Stripes from Dennis from Plantido Nurse that I almost like 10 times. And it's finally coming back. Thank God for the tree fern, fawn, and perlite. This is going to be beautiful. I think this is the one he may have mislabeled. I think this might be a Lux hybrid, actually. Or he didn't mislabel it, but the pollen was not what he put on it. I can't remember, but it's beautiful. I'll have to insert a picture and show you guys over here somewhere of what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure this is the plant because he told me that I had one, and I'm pretty sure this is it. Then we have a Forgetti Eye Red Crystal from Lauren over at North Shore Tropicals. I'm really excited for this one to grow out. I can't wait to see the next leaf to see if it has any red in it. Imagine a red crystal with the closed sinus, like that would just be so adorable. But this is still pretty small, so it's hard to tell. This is another one from Vanessa. So this is another Indo Ace of Spades crossed with an Indo Pappy, and that is the hardened leaf. It's thick and like kind of bolete. It's so nice. It's gonna be, I think, pillowy. We'll have to wait and grow them out and see. But yeah, all of these seedlings she's given me have all just done so good. This one is the one I'm most proud of in my collection. So this is my Ace of Spades Tazula Dark Form clone that I bought and almost rotted. Like it was literally, the stem rot was so close to being done. And I just soaked it in peroxide and then I put it in perlite and left it in my prop box for like 6 months. And you guys, look at it now. I was shocked that this came back to life, and this was my most expensive plant in my collection, so I'm really glad that it did because that scared the crap out of me. But this is the new leaf. Hard to see. And these are her older leaves. Pretty dark. So this one I need to get repotted and just baby the heck out of it. Okay, so that's it for that little prop box. And next is my what is this called? Philodendron Felix that does not want to root. It refuses, which I've heard is a thing. So I did put some Osmocote pellets in there. You can see in the bottom. I'm hoping that will help. If not, we'll try stratum. But if you guys have any words of advice, please send them my way because this has been like this for like 6 months. No roots. And the leaf is slowly starting to die. I just chopped the bottom off of it. And I really want this plant to work out, so yes, please send me all the tips and tricks. Okay, I was going to save this for a naked root planter update, but since we're here, might as well talk about it. So this is my variegated melanochrysum that I have in the small naked root planter. It is doing so good in here. You can see some roots on the side, but it's been pruning the roots. It did have more roots, but when the reservoir dries out and the air reaches the roots, it will prune the roots automatically, which is really cool. So it is giving me a new leaf. It gave me this little tiny baby leaf when I chopped, because I chopped the top of this off when I put it in here because the top leaf was just not doing well, and then moved it to my tent. But look, we're getting a nice leaf. So I'm excited to see what that looks like. I think it's going to be beautiful. And it's just in tree fern, fawn, and perlite. And I think these are so, so cute. They also have naked root planters in clear now, you guys. In clear. So if you guys want to use my discount code ROOTLOVE20, I'll put it on the screen for you. So if you guys want to use my discount code, which is ROOTLOVE20, you guys can get, I believe it's 20% off of your order. So if you guys want to order some of those clear pots and let me know how they are, please do. Please do, because you know I love my clear pots. I love the variegated melanochrysum so much. I hope that this leaf is variegated. Fingers crossed. And this is my variegated Alocasia ninja. It's been giving me nothing but grief. I think I need to take it out of here and just assess the roots and see if there's any corms I can collect. This is a TC one, so they usually corm really quickly with the TC plants, I've noticed. Sorry. Anyways, that is what she looks like. She's really pretty, but she'll grow her leaves and then kill them off, and she's just in her juvenile phase, you know? But maybe I should put her in a prop box, I'm not sure. We'll see how she does. We'll see how she does. I need to take her out of this cup. This here is my Meg Potato Radiatum from my friend Emma, two little monsteras. And look how pretty those leaves are. Like, that is just gorgeous. And the leaves were growing cupped. You see that? Like, that leaf is so cupped at the top. And then they started to flatten out. I was like, darn it. But that's okay. I think the cup leaves are so cute, but that leaf there is just gorgeous. And this one too needs a repot. Has lots of roots. It's in a cup. But yeah, this one was really special. She gifted it to me, so I'm really excited to grow this out. And back here we have a King of Spades Beevep from Dustin, which is doing well. It's growing a new leaf. It's just a little baby, so it's hard to even see what it's going to look like. But yeah, she's alive and well. He replaced mine because I hit by accident when I went on vacation and left my lights off in my tent. So that was really nice of him. He did not have to do that. Back here I have a trunk cutting of my NSC Red Crystal crossed with Lux, and this one is going to my friend, and it has a nice growth point. You're gonna be able to see it right there. Yeah. So yeah, that's exciting that that worked out. I got 2 trunk cuttings and I gifted them to my friends. So I'll be looking forward to seeing updates on that. NSE Red Crystal crossed with Lux. Oh, these are my seeds from Vanessa. So this is Indo Ace of Spades crossed with a Red Mag X. And I just put them into this. They're still in their little tiny pot, but I just put them in a cup so they have more room to grow upwards. Look how cute they are. There's 2 seeds in there, and they're just adorable. I'm really excited to grow those out. And this here I'm going to keep forever until it turns to mush. I don't think it's going to do anything, but this is the Tazula Ace of Spades Dark Form Chonk that I got my plant on. It was a sprouted chonk. And I mean, it's black, still firm, has roots, but there's no growth points on it. So I'm just going to keep it. You never know, weirder things have happened, but it would be nice to have a backup just in case. So that's just been living in the back corners of my tent, chilling. And that is it for the middle shelf. Now we're going to go do the final level, which is the bottom, and that's where I have a lot of props, and then I have a lot of floor plants on this side. So I'm going to grab my smaller tripod again, and I'll see you in 1 second. Okay, you guys, we are on the last shelf now, which is actually not a shelf, it's the floor. So I'm going to show you guys quickly what it looks like, if I can move out of the way. So that's it down there, and I have plants in the corner, and I also have plants, I'm not going to be able to show them to you, but there's plants on the other side as well that I want to show you guys. So we're going to start with the floor plants, which are a bit bigger, and then I'll head down into my props. So firstly, this is one of my favorite pappies, and you'll be able to see why. Look at that thing. It's crazy. What the heck? So this is a pap for Getty Eye. And wow, you guys, this thing is insane. Look at that. It like curls around. It's so cool. Let me see if I can get this proper here. So I really, really like this one. I think it's really, really cool. It's got the beautiful cup-shaped leaves. Say no less. Like, what the heck? I bought this as a seedling hoping that it would do this, and it indeed did. So I was very, very lucky. And it's got a new leaf coming in, so I'll definitely be showing you guys that. It's got some excellent roots. It's in a tree fern, pond, and perlite mix. But like, look how pretty that is. The roots. Look how pretty the roots are. No, they're really good roots, but look how pretty that plant is. That is just unreal. Unreal. One of my hands down favorite paps in my collection. Wow. Behind it, I have a plant down on the floor because I need to repot it. This is my Bessier Af crossed with Luxurians, and look how beautiful that is. Oh my goodness, that blue sheen is everything. You guys, this plant is in the tiniest little cup, and it's giving me a new leaf. It's on its little plastic plastic knife stake. But yeah, it's so pretty. So, so pretty. I need to repot this one super bad. It's got a lot of roots, as you can see in there. So yeah, she needs an up pot like today. When I tell you guys I'm behind on my repotting, I'm not lying. But I was focusing on downsizing my collection, which I finally did. So it feels so good. So, so good. But next up, I'll show you guys this. This is my dark crystal crossed with Fort Sherman. Look how pretty. I also grew this one from seed as well. And yeah, it gave me that leaf and I was like, oh my goodness, look how long that is. So this is going to be a beautiful, beautiful pap. I'm really excited about this one. This new leaf got a bit damaged, but it's fine. The new one will come in soon and I can't wait to see what it looks like. I hope it keeps that elongated leaf, which is characteristic of the pap. So we'll see. I'm really excited. I have high hopes for this one. And it's got some excellent roots. It is in my tree fern pond and perlite substrate. So yeah, dark crystal crossed with Pappy Fort Sherman. And then the big boy, am I gonna be able to get it over here? This is the one that has the inflow that looks like a caterpillar. I'll show you if I can do it without breaking it. See? And it wrapped around my sweater. It's kind of like got a hook on it, which is weird. But yeah, I want to collect the pollen off of this. I'm not going to pollinate it because it is in the cocoa coir mix, which is not ideal. And this one has seen better days. This leaf rubbed up against some other plants when it was coming out and got damaged. But like, look at that sinus. It's so pretty. And the back is like orange. So nice. But yeah, it's getting damage from the cocoa coir, which is unfortunate. But I think this is the nicest leaf actually, this one here. It's so dark and beautiful. This one was from Ghost Dad's greenhouse. So I was really happy to get one of his plants because Grant has some beautiful plants. I'm really excited to grow this one out and make some babies with it. And let's see if we can see roots. Oh yeah, there's lots of roots in the bottom there in the Lecker Reservoir. So that's exciting. The struggle is real, moving these plants around. This one's also really cool. This is my Pappy No ID from Kate, Young Plant House. It's so cool. Like, look at that. It's beautiful. It's really light green though. I'm hoping the next leaf comes in a bit darker, but we shall see. We shall see. It's also in the cocoa coir mix and it needs to come out of no drainage, but it does have some good roots in there as you can see in the bottom. So that's another one for the repot list. But I love me a good pap, as you guys know. So this one is going to be in my collection for a while. I'm really excited to see what the next leaf will look like, which it is working on right now. Oh yeah, okay, so this one is my Michelle, crossed with Forgetti-Eye Dark Form. So I got this one from my friend. She is the Hiking Planter on Instagram. We did a trade and it's giving me a new leaf. She said this one will give you a leaf and kill the old one off. But I'm also in this wicking situation, which you guys know I don't like the wicks. So I really want to get this one out of here. I just haven't got to it yet. It's not that the wicks don't work. They do work great for people. I'm just not a wick girly, if you know what I mean. So I'm excited to see what the emergent leaf color looks like on this because the Michelle is such a beautiful plant. If the sinus fuses, it's going to be even prettier. This one here is my Fort Sherman Ralph Lynham crossed with Carla. This is my top cut that I'm keeping for myself, and the new leaf got a little bit damaged at the bottom because it hit in between here or up here, probably up here. It hit the one of the pots anyways, so. But this emergent leaf is so pretty. This isn't an emergent leaf, but you can see it was like super pinky and red and it was just gorgeous. So yeah, I'll have to put another picture of the emergent leaf on Instagram when the new leaf comes in, which it is working on. You can see it's coming out of the petiole. So I'm really excited for this one. This one has good roots too, you can see in there. And oh, it's actually got roots coming out of the bottom. Time for a repot. But yeah, I'm really excited about my Fort Sherman Ralph Lynham Carla. I hope it looks like Carla. That'd be sweet. And also I really like Pappies though, so a good mix of both would be ideal. The emergent color is everything though with this plant. I really love it a lot. So this is my Anthurium Wonder Boy, which I'm very, very in love with. Do you see that? How gorgeous is that? And when the leaves harden off, it keeps that pink venation. So I think as this plant matures, the pink venation will be more prominent, and it's so, so dark. Like that's actually hardened off. It stays dark and it has that beautiful pink venation, which is so pretty. And the emergents on this are so pretty, and it's giving me a new leaf. And I just repotted it into tree fern and pond and perlite. couple weeks ago now, I think. So I see a root, a fuzzy root there, which is going to be hard for you to see. Yeah, you probably won't be able to see that, but this is one of my favorite plants in my collection. I think it's so, so cool. I can't wait to make some hybrids with this either. Sorry, my voice is getting shot. I just recovered from COVID a couple weeks ago, and my voice just has not been the same since. This poor plant got knocked over a couple times, but this is my Dark Phoenix crossed with a Meg, crossed with an Ace of Spades Tazula Dark Form. And look how pretty it is. You can really see the Dark Phoenix in that. And the Ace. So gorgeous. This has been growing so good for me, and this is in the Coco Coir mix too. Like, the leaves are still in perfect condition. But yeah, like I said, I do water with CalMag every watering, so I think for my plants in the Coco Coir mix, that's really helping them a lot, but some of them just don't do well in it at all. But this one seems to be doing fine. That damage is from me dropping it. But yes, it really needs a repot. It has roots all the way to the bottom. And I want to get it out of this Coco Coir mix, but it's so pretty. I really like this one a lot. This would be my problem child. This is my Monstera obliqua Peru. It is a really cool plant. Really cool, but it does not like me. So we'll see. I just flushed it and hoping that that helps it. So we'll see. But I just have it in pon, and it seems to be loving its life a bit more in pon. It's hard to show these. I need a good background. Oh, my shirt. There we go. Ah. I'm learning as I go, you guys. Bear with me. But yeah, I really want a nice big Monstera obliqua Peru, and I need to get it on a pole eventually, but it's not ready for a pole yet, but it will be soon. Once this aerial root pops out of the bottom here. It still hasn't, but I'm going to need to get this on a pole so it doesn't throw runners, and I'm excited to see what this new leaf is going to look like too. I actually saw Monstera obliqua Perus at my garden center for like $18.50. Isn't that insane? Like, the day that I never thought I would see the day where I could find a Monstera obliqua Peru at my garden center for $18.50. They used to be thousands and thousands of dollars. It's just crazy how much the plant market fluctuates. Anyways, let's continue. This is my Morinense cutting I took from my mama. She is a melty pants, but she's given me this leaf, so we'll see how she does holding on to that. She's just in pon. I need to probably get her out of there, but yeah, she's still growing on her chonk. Oh, I should get a spoon or something in there to support her. But yeah, see, she lost this leaf, she lost that leaf, and now she has this leaf. So pray for her. Pray for her. And then I have a Raven's Heart chonk in here. It's just a small one. It's still firm, but it hasn't given me a growth point yet. You probably won't even be able to see that, barely. So I'm just kind of waiting to see if that one will pop. And this one's exciting. This one is from Hector at the Urban Foliage. This is a Pap Ace of Spades crossed with a Ralph Linum. From J. Vanini, I believe, the Ralph Linum. So, let's see if we can take her out. She is just in this tiny little pot. It's so cute. But look at her. She's adorable. I really like this plant a lot. I think it's going to grow up to be such a beautiful one too. It'll be interesting to see which plant the seedling takes after most. Which parent plant. But yeah, that's her. Then I have a couple chonk cuttings of my Dock Walk F2. This one I might cut into two because I want to gift one to my friend who helped me out with my uncle's donations by gifting me some plants to sell. And it has 2 growth points though. So I think I might chop that one in half. We'll see if I can muster up the courage to do it, but I should be able to if I just get like a razor or something. Because the other one I took, I don't know if it's gonna do anything. I cut it really, really close to the growth point, and I think it was too close. And it's not really sprouting or anything. See? So we'll see if that one does anything. But I don't have any hopes for it. I don't have high hopes for it, I should say. What is this? Oh, these are some chonk cuttings I took from my crystallinum crossed with Pappy Hybrid from Dustin. I chopped my whole plant up. And this is 4 chonk cuttings. And if I tip this, you're not going to be able to see it because they'll fall out. So they all have active growth points. So I'm just going to let those grow out and then I'll probably sell them off. I tried to sell the whole plant, but no one wanted it. So a lot of the times people like smaller plants, which makes sense because I do too. And then back here are some of my seedlings, and these ones are for my friend Gems. This is the Meg Forgetti crossed with Lux that I made. Aren't they cute? I have some more in my plant room, but I have these ones in here for now. I'm really excited for these all to grow out. I want to see what they look like. And behind me, I have my red crystallinum Woo 5 crossed with Self, who's been kind of a problem child for me. I did repot her though into tree fern and pawn and perlite, and she did just give me this leaf here, which is facing, I'm not sure, I think it might be in too much light. Maybe I'll have to move it out of the light, but we'll see. And there's some like roots in there, you can see. This is the Tofu Getty butt cut I took for Alice. It's got this cute little leaf, and then it just popped this deformed leaf because it's not in a prop box. But it'll be fine. Do I see any fuzzy roots on it? Not really. Oh no. Hopefully it does okay. I might have to take this out and check. But yeah, that is Alice's Tofu Getty. This here makes me so happy. I bought an Erasamioides a long time ago, and it was a big beautiful plant, and then I chopped it up and it didn't do well, so I had one like chonk left of it, and I've had it for like a year, and it finally grew something. How exciting is that? If you guys are new to anthuriums and you want to find a really cool looking one, the Erasamioides is a great choice. Just don't chop it up. But yeah, it's so pretty. I'll have to insert a picture of the mama here when she was full and big. Well, she wasn't like huge, but she was a good little size. And then back here I have a couple of these no ID chonks that look like Lux hybrids that I've just kept. I just want to see if they do anything. That one looks promising, like it might do something, but it hasn't in a really long time. It's just been kind of like stagnant. And this one looks like it might be rotting, so might have to soak that one and chop it down. I don't know, I'm kind of ready to almost give up on those. I've had them for a really long time. This here is my Zara Michelle that I've had for 2 years, I think. I think my friend Alexis gave it to me on my birthday 2 years ago, and it just kept melting and coming back and melting and coming back. So she is now living in perlite, and she is looking good again. So hopefully we can get her going in her own little pot soon. She's got a root coming down the sides, so that's promising. I had another cutting of her, but it dried out. So this is my last one. So I really hope this works because I would love to own that plant and have it grow properly for me. These are a couple more of my Raven's Heart cuttings I took. So there's the first one. It's not really doing anything right now, but it's still firm and it has a root, so well, that is promising. And then this one I think I'm going to give to my friend. Looks way more promising. So I'm just going to keep my eyes on those and keep trying to grow them. that one's gonna be hard to get. Let's see. It's really exciting though, so it's worth it. Got it. This is my Anthurium Red Vein Dark Phoenix trunk cutting I bought from my friend, and it's about to pop. That is so exciting. I literally have been waiting for this for a couple months now. It's just in pond in one of these tower pots with a reservoir. And I can't wait for this. I'm so excited. I've always wanted a Red Vein Dark Phoenix, and this one is going to be my very own once it sprouts, so I'll keep you guys posted on that. And the last thing I have to show you guys are my seedlings from my friend Vanessa, so I'm gonna have to try to make some room to get them out. I like my tent because I can sit down and hang out in here and stand up and like show you guys my plants inside of my tent, but I don't know, I kind of want a bigger tent so I can get the bigger shells. We'll see. We'll see. This one's doing fine for now. And it actually has a lot more room in it, which I really like. It was jam-packed full. And I totally did the hugest purges and got rid of some of them. So it was good. And I moved some out into my plant room that were too big. Okay. Got it. Let's see here. So I have all of Vanessa's seedlings she gave me in this shoebox. Let's see if I can show you guys them properly. I'm gonna go one by one. So this is a red mag crossed with a GG lamb, and that is the newest leaf. Like, look how pretty that is. That is just a gorgeous leaf. I'm sorry, I'm talking into my microphone. I don't want it to be this lid to block my microphone capabilities. But yeah, so I really like this one. It's got like that blue sheen. It's really, really nice. I'm excited for that. Maybe if I turn it on, no, it's fine. This one here is another red mag crossed with a GG lamb, and this one has seen better days, but that new leaf looks good, so that's promising. The other ones are dying off though, but that's okay because we have a couple different ones. She gave me multiples. And here's another one, same thing, red mag crossed with a GG lamb, so that's really exciting. Those are so dark, and they have that blue sheen, which I really like a lot. And this, red mag, GG lamb again. How pretty is that? Oh my goodness, I can't wait until those grow out. They're so cute. I love seedlings when they're small. They're just adorable. Okay. Is this another one of them? Yeah, it is. Okay, so here's another red mag GG lamb, and this one looks a bit different, actually. That's cool. Look at that. It's got humidity on it, so it's hard to see, but it looks a bit different than the other ones. Okay, these other ones are going to be hard to get to, but I'm determined to show you them all. Okay, so this is the Indo Ace of Spades crossed with Indo Pap. It looks like these already need water. I just watered them. Sheesh. Look how pretty that emergent is. It's so nice. I love it. This is gonna be so hard. Indo Ace of Spades crossed with Indo Pap again. And look at that emergent. So nice. I just love it. Indo Ace of Spades crossed with Indo Pap again. And look, so dark. Like, that looks Ace of Spadesy, right? Cutie pie. She is so generous. I can't believe she gave me all these cute little seedlings. They're so much fun to watch grow. Okay, so this is the reverse cross. So Indo Pap crossed with Indo Ace of Spades. You can definitely see the Pap in that and the Ace of Spades. So interesting. So interesting. And then Indo Pap crossed with Indo Ace of Spades. That one's cool. It's so dark. I really like that a lot. And then Indo Pap, Indo Ace of Spades. Oh, and it has a dead leaf on it. This one looks a little renty. Hopefully it comes around, little baby. And Indo Pap, Indo Ace of Spades. So dark. Oh my goodness, so dark. I love that. And then the last one, Indo Pap, Indo Ace of Spades. And look how long that is. It definitely has the Pappy genes. That's so pretty. I'm sorry, I have plants in my other hand, otherwise I would be able to show you this a bit better, but I think you can get the gist of how long that leaf is. It's so nice. Oh, it focused. Yay. Yeah. I have been enjoying watching these little seedlings grow so much. They have been some of the highlight of my days in the grow tent, hanging out in the grow tent. So Vanessa, if you're watching, thank you again. That was so sweet of you for gifting me all of these cute babies and my narrow form Pally. It's so adorable. Anyways, see if I can get these back in. Ugh, I don't want to wreck these emergents. This is what happens when you fit too many plants into one box. See? Anyways, we're gonna try to put this back into where it was. There we go. All right, guys, that's all of my plants, and I'm gonna send you to the outro. All right, you guys, that is it for me for today. Thank you so much for joining me as we did a grow tent tour. It was so much fun showing you my plants. I hope that you liked them. If you liked this video, please consider hitting that like button down below. Leave me a comment and subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed yet. Everything helps so much, and I really appreciate you guys being here. If you have any video ideas that you'd like to see, I'll be posting more regularly now that my kids are back in school and summer is over. So please leave them down below as well. And I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for being here on my channel, and I hope that you have the best day. Bye!